5 secrets of the Oculus in New York City. Locals and tourists alike marvel at this building's unique architecture and design. But how much do you actually know about this stunning complex? Discover 5 secrets that even many native New Yorkers don't know. Remember to hit subscribe so you never miss a New York Minute.
Yeah, muffin talk. Ooh, muffin talk. Muffin talks, bringing healing to those who need them most.
Hi, I'm Megan, a licensed New York City tour guide, and today I'm going to share 5 secrets of the Oculus.
The Oculus is shaped from the outside like a bird. Now, the architect, Santiago Calatrava, he never exactly said which type of bird it was supposed to represent, and the tour guides feel very divided. There seems to be one school of tour guides who like to say that the Oculus represents a dove, which is a symbol of peace, and that's beautiful. But the side that I tend to gravitate towards is that the Oculus looks like a phoenix. And the reason why I like that is because when you think about what a phoenix does, a phoenix, it's a mythological creature that rises from its own ashes stronger than it was before. And what symbol could New York City need after the 9/11 attacks more than that of a phoenix? So to me, this building stands here as a symbol of hope, showing us that we can rise from the ashes stronger than we were before. And Santiago Calatrava, the architect, did specifically say that he wanted this building to be a symbol of hope. We're talking about what the Oculus looks like from the outside. I have to say that every tourist that I bring has some different imagery. Some people say it looks like whale bone, some people say it looks like stegosaurus bone, some people say it actually looks like the bent metal from the original towers after the 9/11 attacks. I have to share with you the theory of my fiance, aka cameraman, as a very loud dump truck goes by. So he actually used to work down here just before the 9/11 attack. So he was here every day and he would walk by the original Twin Towers. And when he first walked by the Oculus, he said, "Oh my goodness, this looks just like the siding of the original Twin Towers." So I'm actually going to put a picture of the original siding and you can see the outside of the Oculus, and you can tell me if you think that the outside of the Oculus looks like the original siding of the original Twin Towers. Comment below. The Oculus is a train station and a shopping mall. It's actually replacing a train station and a shopping mall that was here before the 9/11 attacks. It was destroyed in the 9/11 attacks. A lot of people don't realize that. Now, the original train station and shopping mall that was here was very different than the one that's in the Oculus. So for example, here you can go into Sugarfina and you can buy gummy bears that are rosé flavored. You can even get gummy bears that are covered in 24 karat gold here. Whereas the original train station and shopping mall really had closer to like a newsstand where you could get a newspaper on your way to work. Now, the types of shops here are actually the cause for some contention amongst New Yorkers. As we look around at these stores, you'll notice that they're very high-end shops. And a lot of people, they have some mixed feelings about this because the World Trade Center complex is supposed to be something that's for the whole world. But not everybody can go into Sugarfina and buy gummy bears that are covered in 24 karat gold. Not everyone can afford the clothing and the makeup or even the food that is in the Oculus. So this causes some New Yorkers to think, oh, this isn't a place where I feel welcome. However, I like to look at it in a slightly different way. I like to look at it as aspirational. Maybe if I get enough subscribers on my YouTube channel, I too will be able to walk into Sugarfina and eat all of the 24 karat gold covered gummy bears my heart can desire, or go and shop at Kate Spade and get a handbag. So I choose to look at this as a place of hope, which is very much the symbolism that the Oculus is supposed to be, as demonstrated by its design. I also want to give a shout out to this Apple Store that you see, because this video is being filmed on an iPhone and edited on a computer that was bought at this very Apple Store. So thank you, Apple Store, inside of the Oculus. The train station portion of the Oculus is represented by the PATH trains to New Jersey. PATH stands for Port Authority Trans-Hudson. So these trains actually go underneath the Hudson River to New Jersey. It makes it so if you live in Jersey City, you can be here at the World Trade Center complex in about 5 minutes. So it's really, really popular. Right now it's a weekend, but on the weekdays, this is so crowded right here. In addition to the PATH train, you can also catch lots of subways from the Oculus. As you can see, you can get the A, the C, the 4, the 5, the J, the Z, the 2, the 3, the W, or the R. So it's super easy to get to no matter where you are in the city. Let's go in and check it out. Oculus means eye or eye-shaped object. From the outside, the Oculus may look like a bird, but from the inside, it has some more eyeball-like features. So when you stand right here where I'm standing, in the middle of the shopping mall, and you look straight up, you will see a glass spine. And in this glass spine, framed perfectly, you will see One World Trade Center, the building that replaced the original twin towers of the original World Trade Center complex that were destroyed in the 9/11 attacks. So the Oculus becomes an eyeball that is looking towards the future. Another fun fact, every year on September 11th, that glass spine actually opens up so you get a perfectly clear view of One World Trade Center. The Oculus is the most expensive train station in the world. It costs $4 billion. That is billion with a B. And of course, this caused some grumbly New Yorkers to get angry because they were like, why does it cost $4 billion a train station? And it went way over budget. It went about, it was supposed to be $2 billion and then it ended up being $4 billion. But when you think about other things in New York City's past that have gone way over budget, you come up with sites like Grand Central Terminal and the Brooklyn Bridge. So these sites are part of what makes New York City so wonderful and iconic. And I think that the Oculus is going to end up as iconic as the Brooklyn Bridge. The Oculus is full of tunnels. From the Oculus, you can get to all of the new World Trade Center buildings and to a complex known as the World Financial Center. So you can go from Italy, where you can eat delicious pizza, to the World Financial Center in Brookfield Place in just a few minutes. For the history lovers here in the Oculus, there's this plaque here that says World Trade Center, Slurry Wall, and Hudson River Bulkhead. Something that is interesting to note is where we are standing right now basically used to be the western portion of the island of Manhattan. And a lot of it was actually built out from the original island. So they actually had to build a wall that protected the island and the World Trade Center site from the Hudson River. And to build the Oculus, they actually had to remove portions of the slurry wall. Portions of the slurry wall still remain as well. To see those, go to the 9/11 Memorial Museum. We're going to continue through these tunnels and we're going to end up in the World Financial Center. And where the World Financial Center is, that whole area is new. It's actually built on landfill. So we're going to go to this opulent shopping mall that's actually built on landfill. Here we are at Brookfield Place. Some people know this area as the Winter Garden Atrium. They call it the Winter Garden Atrium because you will see 16 Australian palm trees here and a beautiful view of the Hudson River. This is another shopping mall. There's also a food court there. And from time to time, they have different art installations. So right now we have this beautiful rainbow installation. It's called Radiance. It'll be on display until June 28th. But whatever time of year you come, you'll probably see either live performances or an art exhibition here. And if you look up, you'll see that there's this glass ceiling. And what do you see through the glass ceiling? One World Trade Center. So we made it from Italy to Brookfield Place and never had to go above ground. Everything was connected through tunnels here in Brookfield Place. I just want to point out, it is the weekend. We are in the shopping mall area of it and the food court area of it. So we see lots of people relaxing. But it's also important to note that surrounding us are office buildings where thousands and thousands and thousands of people work. So this is an oasis for them during the week as well. This is also an important 9/11 site. This glass ceiling was actually shattered during 9/11. Some of these palm trees, they're replacements because the original palm trees didn't survive 9/11. This had to be rebuilt just as the World Trade Center site did. Now these buildings weren't destroyed, but they were damaged. So it's pretty spectacular for people who were working here on that day of September 11th to come and see so much vibrancy and life, because the city really has risen like a phoenix from the ashes. This is Le District. It's modeled after French markets and cafes. You can go in there, they have pastries, they have a creperie, and they also have some really nice restaurant options in there, including one where you could go and get drinks. It's a nice upscale bar, and you can actually go to their outdoor area and get beautiful views of the Hudson River while you get your drinks. I hope that you enjoyed these 5 fun facts about the Oculus. Make sure that you click subscribe. I have tons of fun videos. Make sure that you click around. Enjoy your stay in New York City.